because I messed up a name. All right. So 3 months have passed since Connor, Jordan, and Chad, and the others were run out of New Orleans. Like I said before, Jordan, you've been having those visions. At the moment, you guys have struck some luck. The tracking spell that Chad kind of advised Connor to use has been telling you guys that the soul has been in the same place in this small town, Louisiana, for several hours. It's some old ruined docks that nobody really uses anymore. Basically, an old port for ships. And you also know, based on rumors and things like that, that it is in the custody of a novice warlock called Goran. Goran is basically kind of like an apprentice to the previous owner, or holder, I should say, of the soul, the witch. And basically he's just kind of keeping it safe and away from you. And that's probably why it's been traveling a lot, because it goes where he goes and he has other jobs he has to do, but his base of operations seems to be somewhere in Louisiana. And at the moment, he is at these docks. You have not, like I said before, you have not been able to locate the actual witch or even the infamous through spells or rituals or anything like that. So you guys are now entering these docks, this dock area, to find the soul and Goran. And it is after sunset. I will point that out as well. So, Connor, since this is your soul, how do you want to do this? Like, what's your plan of action?
He would normally just rush it, but he just looks to Jordan to be the better judgment for that. Instead of putting everyone in danger.
Right. Okay, let's start here. What equipment and weapons are you guys bringing?
He's bringing a 9mm. He's not. He probably kept that on him, just in case.
Right. Anything else?
No. Not for him. I don't know about the other two.
Jordan would have her stake in her hands. That's pretty much it.
I remember last in the one shot, somebody had the scythe. Where did that end up? Do you guys remember?
Wasn't it the other Slayer?
And oh yeah, that's right. Y'all didn't know where, because she had got knocked like into oblivion, and so you guys didn't know where it was. I think that was what it was. Y'all couldn't find it or something. Is that right? Does that sound right?
We didn't find a scythe.
Okay, I just want to make sure y'all don't have that. Okay, so you just have a stake. You got your hands. You have a mobile phone, apparently. Does anyone else have a cell phone? Tolly and Mac?
No. All I have is an apothecary bag and a book of bad things, I guess.
Yes, I do. Yeah. Connor would have a cell phone.
Okay, so yeah, it makes sense that the ghost wouldn't have a cell phone. All right, so you got a cell phone. Okay, just that's totally unrelated. I was just curious. So Jordan, does Jordan have any plan of action as far as like how your guys are going to get in, take down Goran, and take the soul back?
I'm assuming that she has not had time to scope out the area beforehand.
You can say you did. I'm fine with that. Like I said, this guy's been here for like probably close to half a dozen hours. Like it's not like he's, only been here 30 minutes. He's been here at least 6 hours.
Okay. So that means that she's wanting to make sure that any exits are covered, so that he can't escape. And then probably she's just going to have to be direct about it. She's not seeing any better options. So,
Okay.
so you just show up and, knock on the door.
All right. I am grabbing an image of basically kind of what the docks look like. It's unfortunately, as usual, I can't find exactly what I have in my head, so I'm finding literally everything but that. But give me just a minute. And it's kind of like, like a lot of big warehouses and old containers that are just lying around, like, shipping containers. So it's not like it's just one building and you just knock on the door. Like you got to do some searching. In fact, if you guys want to make an insight security roll, that would give me some time to find this picture.
Yeah, I'll make that roll.
Everybody should roll for it, but one person definitely needs to get at least 2 successes.
There's 2 successes for Jordan.
Cool.
How do I use this sheet to roll again?
Oh, yeah, good point. It is the Dune. All right, so open character sheet, go down to where the skills, where it says battle, communicate, discipline, etc. Just click on battle, and then it will say which drive, and that will be for insight. That'll be faith, and then from there, it's just a matter of like focuses and how many dice you want to use and stuff like that. You guys are at 0 momentum, but you can give me threat.
Battle and faith.
Yep.
Would surveillance be applicable in this?
Yep. Anything perception related would be useful. All right, so we got 2 of you didn't make the 2 successes, but Jordan did. It's taking a million years to load the file. Not surprised. But you, as your Jordan, you sense something or somebody is watching you guys, but when you look around, you don't physically see anything or anybody, but you know that you guys have been detected by something or someone. You're not sure if it's Garan. In fact, you're pretty sure it's not, because like the last time you guys looked at your spell or whatever, he was like further into the dock, so there's not really a way he could know that you guys are coming, but there is something or somebody else nearby that has detected you guys.
Oh, that's just peachy. Someone knows you're here. And it's not Gran.
All right, if you guys want to pull your tokens onto the map, if you can't, let me know and I'll do it. So yeah, this is like old, rundown, abandoned, graffiti everywhere, trash everywhere.
There.
I couldn't find the picture with this, like the sunset that I was looking for, but just imagine that like through the windows is like dimly lit, sun with with the darkness and all that. But
Yeah, I might need some help. My touchscreen is not working right now.
oh yeah, all right, there you go. Just make sure once I put it there, you can move it. All right. So, do you want to change the plan, change what you guys are doing now that Jordan has kind of detected a presence, or are you just same as before, heading straight towards Garan?
Mm. As as a vampire, can I sense if there's any humans around? Except
That's a
for
good
the
question.
one,
Jordan just
except
raises
the
an
one
eyebrow.
that, except for Jordan, wondering
Yeah,
if there's
I know.
any human around us.
Yeah. I'm looking at your talents. I know that vamps in the show can like smell blood and all that stuff. So, also you have 3 advancement points. You need to put that back up to 10, I believe.
Okay.
Refresh everybody. Make sure you guys refresh your. Make sure you guys refresh your plot points. I don't remember who has what, but I do know the Slayer should have the most.
Because she's at 6 right now. But that's because I haven't
You
reset
should
it
have-
from last game.
Yeah, you should have 12. Because I know you had more than me.
Is that advancement points on the Dune sheet?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh damn! I don't have Gilded on here.
I know the Slayer had more than us, so the Slayer had, I think, 12, and
Yeah.
we had probably about 10.
Yeah, I think it was 12 and 10. That's all, but it's somewhere in Gilded, but I don't have it on my computer, so I can't find it. But it's something like that. All right, so it's after sunset. You guys are, and sorry, gotta ask again because I already forgot. Are you guys changing up the plan, or are you just heading towards Garan?
Smell any humans?
Okay, that's what it was. Let's see. Roll well, you rolled 1 success. You don't. Besides the 3 people there, yourself, Jordan, and Chad, you don't smell or sense any humans or anything. You don't. Honestly, you don't even smell Garan, but you know he's there because of the spell that you guys did earlier. So yeah, you don't detect really anything out of the ordinary.
I shrug my shoulders like,
All right. So I'm assuming then that you guys just continue on.
Sounds good.
Okay then.
I can't smell any humans.
Yeah, you don't detect anything, or you don't smell or hear anything that wouldn't be normal. Like you do smell or detect humans, but they're like way away from the docks, like nowhere really near you. So yeah, you don't detect anything other than that.
I go, the only human I can smell in this vicinity is you.
She's very tempted to ask if she smells good, but then she goes, never mind, this is a dumb idea. All right.
You smell very delicious.
Watch it. I still have a steak on me. All right. Well, I guess we better hurry up and get your soul back. before you go rot on me.
At least he was honest about that. Yet you smell delicious, so if any other vampire tries to attack you, you know why they're attacking you.
It's like, is that a pickup line that vamps tend to use? You smell really good. Never mind. This is okay. We need to focus. So I guess she will just move up to the door, whichever door. Well, the door that we're presumably heading toward. That's where she's gonna go, and just open it.
All right. You open the door, you see basically kind of like an old rundown hallway just leading into the darkness. There's no windows in this particular building or in this particular area of the building, so it's literally darkness. Everybody's super senses make it a little easier to see, but it's still pretty dark. And because Connor, because you as you guys open this door and look in, you do begin to smell you smell two humans, but they're not, they've come closer, but they're still keeping their distance. They're not down this hallway. They're pretty much kind of back, towards where you guys first entered the docks. It could just be two homeless people investigating, a new place to stay, or it could be, two people hunting you. You don't know, but you do smell them getting closer slightly. Do you want to continue into the hallway, or do you guys want to stop and do something else?
Just grabs Jordan's shoulder and go, nope. I want to investigate what's behind me. I think the delicious meal.
Delicious. Oh.
He wants to go and the delicious meal.
Well, you're not allowed to eat them. But that is going to be a problem if we have people here.
The delicious meal. He's going to refer to everything. He's going to refer to everything as a delicious meal or humans as a delicious meal.
Oh, great.
So you're
just like, I have to deal with this until... Oh, man. All right, fine. You seem to smell where they are. You tell me where to go.
Behind us. The delicious meal.
Okay.
I'm going to use auditory manifestation real quick. Do I roll for that?
Let me check, because I remember last time we were like, yeah, we need to fix all these things, and I never got around to it. Where is it? Auditory. Oh, so this is basically just I think this is just you speaking to them, right?
Yeah, that's just it.
Yeah, because you guys, or you can give threat. You can spend a momentum or give threat, or roll control or presence plus command, which your presence is your duty. Well, both are 10, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, you can roll or give me threat, basically.
I'll give you a threat, and I'm going to say this. I could go ahead or behind wherever they're coming from and do a little bit more snooping around, see what they're up to.
Good idea. They're behind us. They're stalking us. Seems like it.
My thoughts exactly. So, yeah, I'm gonna go up to where she said that they were coming from, or he said that they were coming from.
All right, and if he's going that way, do you guys continue into the hallway?
You can wait for him.
Yeah, it seems Seems best just to wait.
All right, Chad, you head back looking, and you're a spirit, so you're not really worried about anyone detecting you. And you relatively quickly, you find two individuals snooping around. You do recognize one of them as soon as I find the picture. And you, based on the recognition, you assume who the other person is. You recognize the man that I'm clicking on here as a former or as a current watcher, one of your former colleagues. He was a young watcher at the time when you were in, and basically kind of like an apprentice, kind of like what Wesley was in the show when he first started, kind of the young upstart. And now he's kind of experienced, and he presumably with a young woman here, is with his slayer. And you overhear them talking about looking for the slayer that's in this town, and basically just trying to make sure that she hasn't been compromised, since she seems to be with a vampire.
All right. I'm going to give you one more threat so I can do auditory manifestation again.
Okay.
What was his name?
You remember his name, and you actually you do have to roll for this because his name is kind of out there. So, let's see. Let me look at your. It's probably going to be understand and. I'll say truth. Just need one success.
Give me a sec.
Yep. And I forgot to roll to see what the name of the town is. So let me do that real quick.
Awful.
Wow.
All right.
Fucking trash.
You think his name is John. You're absolutely sure his name is John.
Instead, fuck, I already gave you the threat for... Shit. Okay, so what I'll do is I will do a visual manifestation, and I'm just going to roll for it, see if it works.
All right.
And what would that be to do it?
Let me check. It should say it in your talents. You can appear to others by spending one momentum or one threat and rolling.
No, what I meant by roll.
Control or fitness and command, which is power and discipline. So discipline and power.
Well, I got one success.
I think that's all you need. Let me check. And you were doing a visual manifestation?
Yeah.
Okay. So you can only do this for like literally a couple of seconds, because each success over one will give you like additional time. But you do appear in front of them. Is there anything that you want to say, or are you just appearing?
Yeah. So I'm gonna say, wait. I'm with the Slayer and a vampire searching for its soul. Don't kill him, please. We almost got this.
And then you disappear, and they can no longer hear you. So they stop. You see them stop in their tracks, and they're just looking at each other. She, I'm going to say she has the scythe, and she kind of pulls it up, like ready to attack. He has like a crossbow, and he's like looking around, pointing at like, what in the world? Let's jump back to the hotel. Elaine, John, the real John, has set up, and you can determine what you want it to look like. But you've set up your ritual, your spell, incantation, whatever you want to call it.
Basically, it's a pentagram with 5 candles, so you can
Okay.
manifest in the middle of it. And summoning rituals are all about intent, not necessarily complex word. So I'm gonna go with ritual. I have ritual magic as a focus.
Okay.
So I imagine it's understand and power.
Yeah, that's fine. Yep. And basically, similar to before, the number of successes you get is going to determine the duration that you're able to do it. So, one success will allow you to physically do it, but the more successes you get, the longer you'll be able to actually stay in contact with them.
Kensington Chadworthy, get your ass over here. We need to talk. And I'll give you a threat.
All right.
So I appear. What? Wait. Where am I? What's going on here?
I'm John Aurelius. I'm with the Watchers Council on a mission, and I need to liaise with the Slayer. I've been told by Mr. Giles that you know where to find her.
Well, yeah, I was just with her and a vampire that lost a soul. And
Vampire that lost a soul. One. Is that a thing now?
Apparently so. I've never heard of a case before, but stranger things have happened. So, where are you now? Where are we now?
We're in a motel in the name of the town.
It is now Port Fayette.
Okay, we're in a hotel in Port Fayette.
Okay, we should. We'll come to you as soon as I'm back. We will come to you. Is there anything else that you needed to share with me before I wind up disappearing?
I'm looking for someone called Jacrosi.
I see.
We have reasonable intel to saying that he's here. He might lead us to higher up on the food chain. I have to politely ask him a few questions. I light up a cigarette.
You could tell the spell is about to fade away.
I'll be back.
I blow out the candle.
Okie dokie. Back to the docks. Chad, you reappear, with obviously you're not physically appearing, but you, in a manner of speaking, reappear in the docks, kind of between the Watcher and the Slayer and your friends. What do you do next?
So does the Watcher see my friends with her Slayer?
No, the Watcher and the Slayer are still looking for them.
I see. So I'm gonna go and warn them. What I'm gonna do is an auditory manifestation. I'm just gonna give you a threat.
Okay.
Guys, I just got summoned by another Watcher in Port Fayette, I think.
Port Fayette.
But looking for you, or looking for somebody. I'm lost. I'm sorry.
Somebody named Jacrosi.
Oh, somebody named Jacozzi.
I put the spelling in Roll20.
Jacroti, not a jacuzzi. I don't think my motel has a jacuzzi.
Jacrothy. You can't even fucking say that.
Okay.
Weird. More food.
No, let's get your soul back first. But these two that are following us, I'm not sure if they're friend or foe. Honestly, I can't tell. I think it was one of my friends from when I was a young, aspiring hunter. Fuck, I can't even.
Watcher?
Watcher.
Yep, Watcher.
But if he's a friend of yours, then we should be good, right?
Snack. Even more of a snack?
No, not a snack. Stop saying that.
Not a snack, not a snack. Maybe friends, hopefully friends. But let's figure it out first.
Hopefully. She kind of narrows her eyes at that and, well. So, does that mean that I should go find them, hopefully, or we need to find the soul first, hopefully?
You guys notice at the end of the hallway a huge fireball coming towards you.
Oh, time to go. She dodges. Or she will attempt to dive out of the way.
I dive out of the way.
All right, everybody is going to have to make a check. This is going to be difficulty 2. And it's going to be move. And power.
I give you a threat.
Yay.
Yes, sir. Focus is applying for this one.
How do you think I made the fireball?
Escape and avoidance value.
That'll work. All right, so, 2, 2, 2. You guys barely managed to jump back out of the. I mean, you didn't really go in the hallway to begin with, but you do manage to jump back out into where you were. The fireball kind of hits the doors and makes them like swing and close back behind you, and you hear footsteps running towards you from behind. Not from the corridor, not from the hallway, but from where you guys had come from. Let's see. I'll let y'all decide who wants to go first and what you want to do, and then after that, you're going to be an initiative.
Free snack!
Oh, God.
Stop saying that! For the love of God! Jordan is looking. Well, presume so. The fireball just came toward her. She's looking to see if she can see who conjured or cast that fireball.
The doors are kind of blocking view. They're like kind of swinging on the hinges, kind of mostly covering the hallway that you've opened. And also the hallway's really dark, and it came from really, really long way down the hallway, so the chances of seeing it are nil. I mean, but you can roll an insight security. Maybe you'll get lucky and get 5 successes.
Okay, different question then would be, is it an empty hallway, or are there things that she can duck behind for cover?
Unless if you're in the hallway, you got burned. So I'm assuming y'all jumped backwards out of the hallway that y'all had just opened the door to. Okay. In which case, there's cargo shit. There's just containers and boxes and crates everywhere. So yeah, you could hide out. You'd be outside, but yeah, you could get behind something.
Actually, probably all the stuff in that hallway is burned now if it's been a fireball going through.
Yeah.
Oh, she will sigh. Well, she'll be up next to the door then. poking her head around trying to see anything, but it sounds like she's not going to see much. Doesn't mean she's not going to try.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just see darkness.
Snack.
All right. Since Connor keeps wanting talking about snacks, Chad, you're up.
All right. So I'm going to try to close the door or keep it closed. Maybe find something like a bar to bar the door closed, so they won't have access to the door. I mean, sure, magic user might just blow it apart, but at least it will give us some sort of seconds.
Okay. You don't have to roll for that. As you're doing that, I'll go ahead and tell you that the footsteps coming behind you are so close that you can pretty much turn around and look. And so anyone who does will see the Watcher and the Slayer running towards you. The Watcher looks more kind of hesitating. He's got his crossbow pointed mainly at Connor, but also at Jordan, but kind of, he mostly keeps it on Connor. The Slayer, who you guys probably don't know. I mean, you guys know names, I guess, because there's only 3 of them, but you wouldn't really know what they look like unless you met them. So this is a Zeta, and she is carrying the scythe, and she's kind of like wondering what the hell is going on. But they're still at a considerable distance. Like I would say probably 50 to 60 feet away. And there's a lot of stuff in between to kind of run over and past. And so it's not like they're in, I mean, other than the crossbow, it's not like they're in attacking distance. And all you hear is the Watcher yelling, "Hey, you don't," he hasn't said anything else, or, so I'll go back to Jordan. What do you want to do?
So hearing the hay, she'll turn around and see who's coming. And she will stifle the urge to reply hays for horses. And instead, she will... Well, okay, and the door just shut. And then, yeah, the doors are shut, so she can't go through the doors now.
You can go through the doors, but it's like burned. Like the hallway is burned. So you'll be... Basically, it'll be really hot. Also, that's where the fireball came from.
She'll turn to Connor and say, "Your soul's behind these doors, right?"
Snack. Yeah.
Okay, that is not helping.
No, you know what? You said it so many times. I'm actually going to spend threat to make you roll a will check. So roll discipline and let's see. What's a good... We'll just say power. Discipline and power. You need 2 successes, or you're so hungry that you go after one of the humans.
I want to give you 2 threat.
All right. All right, you're holding on, and you guys have your first momentum. All right. So, did Jordan say what she wanted to do? I don't remember.
She's asking Connor, "Is your soul behind these doors?"
Oh, right. Yeah, basically, you know that the warlock has thrown a fireball at you from that corridor, and in the other direction is the Watcher and the Slayer. So, the more, I wouldn't call it a threat, but the more immediate issue is the Watcher and the Slayer. More than likely, the warlock is fleeing. So, Connor, what do you want to do?
I want my soul! And he just goes, "Can I eat the warlock?"
So you run. Are you running into the hallway?
I go, I want to eat that warlock. Jordan, can I eat that warlock?
No, wait, he might help you get your soul back into you.
No, I'm hungry now.
All right, by now, the two are about 30 feet away, and the Watcher orders you all to stop moving and put your hands up.
He wants to just go up to he just runs through the door.
All right, so you run through the hallway. I don't think he's going to fire at you running away.
I want that warlock.
All right, does Chad and Jordan follow, or do you guys try to explain things to these two individuals who, you definitely know is a Slayer and a Watcher?
Well, Jordan will look at the Slayer and the Watcher and go, okay, I gotta stop this vampire from eating a warlock, so you can either help me or we're just gonna have a fun chase, aren't we? And then she just starts running after Connor.
The Watcher turns to to Zeta and he says, Stop this vampire from eating a warlock. Well, yeah, that's what I was gonna do. I was gonna shoot the motherfucker. And then what does Chad do?
Chad is going to try to manifest himself one last time to try to a visual manifestation. Would I have to do both visual and auditory manifestation to talk to them, or just the visual manifestation?
I don't think you rolled for it last time when you did visual. I'll just say just roll the visual. It'll be discipline and power again, and just get one success. You won't be able to say much like last time, but you should be able to, get at least one sentence out. You'll also have momentum now. All right, so you are able to stay a bit longer than normal. And you appear in front of them, and they kind of step back, and I think the Watcher accidentally lets loose a bolt that goes through you and hits the wall behind you. So what does Chad say?
Nice shot, but I'm Ghost. Boo. But in all seriousness, we need to get this vampire soul back. A souled vampire is an asset. And what I mean by an asset is it won't try to kill people. And an asset in fighting these godforsaken monsters.
Zeta and the Watcher kind of look at each other, and then Zeta says, all right, this is weird. We were just coming to talk to Jordan, but I guess we'll help you guys fix this issue, and then we can talk. Lead the way.
The more the merrier. This way, and I point to the door.
All right, you guys run in. Back with John Aurelius, you've basically informed the White Hats that are stationed or that are located in this city of your intent. Is there anything that you want to do now? You do know, like I said before, that this Jacrothi fellow should still be at the train station. Whether or not you want to go kind of spy on him.
I'll head for the train station to see if I can spot him.
All right. He's actually relatively easy to spot. Let me move that there. Oh, wait. We've got a train station picture. Yay. He is relatively easy to spot. So when you get there, like I said, this is sunset. But by the time you get there, the sun's already down. So, ignore the bright sky in the picture. But you do see him. The reason why he's really easy to spot is because he's an ogre, and he is like almost twice the size of a human, 3 times the strength, etc., etc. And he is speaking with a vampire who you don't really recognize. You don't recognize, just based on appearance, you don't recognize the ogre. You just know that's Chakrothi based on, the fact that it's not a human name and he's here talking to a vampire. You overhear them speaking to each other. You can barely make out what they're saying. There are people kind of walking to and fro, but I mean, it's nighttime, so most of them don't, these two individuals are like, behind an unused train, so it's not like anyone's going to wander over. But you do hear them call each other by name. You hear his name apparently is Kent or Ken, and this is Chakrothi. And in order to get any other information, that will be a roll.
At least it's not Ken and Barbie. What do I roll?
So it's going to be, I'll say, communicate. Hold on, let me pull up your character sheet. Either, I'll say understand and insight. Actually, you can do truth, because I mean, you're trying to literally gather intelligence, like information. So understand and truth, and the difficulty is going to be 2. So you need 2 successes.
Yeah,
And I believe you guys, you're going to give threat.
Oh no,
All
we
right.
have one momentum. Do you guys mind if I use the momentum?
I think it's fine.
We have been giving him lots of threats, so.
That's okay. I can use it for later.
Does my research or occult focus apply?
Hold on. Let me look at it again. It focuses melee, bluff, intimidate, research, occult lore, ritual magic. No, not really. This is more, you just need to make out what they're saying. Plus, the ogre is like he doesn't speak English good anyway, so it's already that much harder. So
As the size of a human, half the brain.
exactly.
3 success.
Nice. So you guys get your momentum back, and here's what you hear. You hear Kent or Ken say, "Listen, Chakrothi, my gang has this town on lockdown. This is our place. You can tell the infamous, if he wants anything, he's got to go through me." And of course, the much larger ogre says, "You don't understand anything. The infamous already owns this town. You just don't know it yet. Submit or be destroyed. You have 1 hour. You know where to find me." And then he turns away and disappears into the shadows. What do you want to do?
I think I'm gonna follow the vamp.
All right. The vampire kind of actually looks a bit, I would say, nervous. Definitely not scared, but like kind of worried almost. And he kind of wanders away. Now you are going to have to roll, because he is a vampire. So his senses are a bit higher than yours. So you're going to have to, if you're following him, that's going to be a move, because you got to be sneaky. And it's going to be, let's see, let's do power. Move and power. Difficulty is going to be contested, and I'm only going to roll after you do.
Okay, well, I'm gonna use the momentum.
Okay.
Can the bluff focus be useful in that case? Like acting like I belong, bluffing like I belong
Yeah.
there, and
Absolutely. Yeah, you're just another pedestrian.
yeah. 1 success. Damn.
1 success. So the active player wins ties. So you actually barely succeed at fooling him. You can actually tell that he is a bit suspicious of your presence, but he isn't any more suspicious of your presence than he would be like what's the word I'm looking for? An off-duty cop. You know what I mean? Like just someone that might be a nuisance, but he definitely isn't aware that you're like following him or stalking him or a watcher or anything like that. He's just like that annoying guy and whatever, and then moves on. What? How far do you follow? He leaves the train station. Are you following out of the train station?
Yeah.
Okay. In that case, I am going to jump back to the Port Fayette city. After leaving the train station, he meanders for a bit down the road, probably for about 20 minutes before he ends up at a building, and he enters the building. It looks to be like an old, rundown, mom and pop kind of style restaurant that has been kind of, and this is like in the slums area, so this isn't exactly like the best part of town. So it looks like it's been kind of reconfigured to be some kind of base of operations. You do hear and see, even though it's dark, you can tell that there are other vampires inside, carousing or whatever. But yeah, once he disappears into the building, what do you do?
I move away like I was just walking by.
All right, as far as you know.
Taking a swig out of my flask.
All right. As far as you know, you have not been detected. We're going to jump back to the docks.
Now I know where their nest is.
Exactly.
Which was the point.
Yep. Connor, you are running after Garan, or you're running down the hallway looking for Garan, which surprisingly you're easily able to find because, he isn't exactly the fittest of people, and he is kind of just around a corner, like trying to run, stumbling over crates, and he turns and sees you, kind of laughs at you, and like hurls another fireball. This one's just from a single hand, so it kind of hits the wall beside you. It's like no bigger than like a grapefruit, and it just burns the wall beside you. And he says, "Stay away, vampire," and then continues to run. Do you chase him?
Yeah. Free snack!
Oh God!
Stop saying that!
All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and warn you. If you get a direct hit from a fireball, you will pretty much insta-die, so I just want to remind you about that. In fact, that's probably the case for humans as well, depending on the size of the fireball. But yeah, so you are up first. What do you want? Do you want to... So minor... moving is a minor action, so you can get up to him with a minor action. Any kind of melee combat will be contested.
I want to run and tackle him to the ground and pin him to the ground so he doesn't have a way to... and cover his mouth.
All right. Well, you can do one of those things. You can run as a minor action, and you can tackle him, but you won't be able to cover his mouth unless... sorry, to echo.
Sorry.
You won't. It's all right. You won't be able to cover his mouth until either your next turn or he does something that would allow you to do that. Like if he gives up. But he's not gonna. He's gonna be struggling, so you probably won't be able to get that. But go ahead and roll.
Can I knock him out? Then.
So are you not gonna tackle him?
No. Knock him out.
Okay. How do you want to? You just want to punch him and knock him out?
Yeah.
All right. Then go ahead and roll. This is going to be contested. Roll battle and justice.
And
he will.
Justice. I'm going to look on my character sheet. We putting martial arts into that. Mean right hook. And justice. And I'll give you true threat.
Okay.
And yes, and focus does apply.
Jesus.
This is gonna hurt.
Yeah, you run up behind him, and your hit is so strong that he just stumbles forward and hits his head on the wall, and he goes down. And in his jacket pocket, like as his jacket kind of flaps open, you can see kind of like a satchel that's like obviously glowing.
He picks it up and he goes, "How am I supposed to put this back in?"
You're gonna have to figure that one out.
He picks it up and goes, "Found it."
What was that, Matt?
Yeah, you cut out.
He goes, "Found it."
All right.
Jordan, where are you?
Yeah. By then, the rest of you guys kind of, catch up to him. Um,
Right here.
So what is next? What do you do next?
Well, Jordan is going to put herself between Goran and Connor, just to be sure that Connor is not going to try and bite this unconscious person.
Oh yeah. Connor, make a another roll to control your bloodlust, discipline, and power. Difficulty 2. Y'all have plenty of momentum this time.
I'm gonna use 2 momentum. Oh yeah, I
Cool.
give you one.
Yep, you got a momentum, so that goes to 4 momentum, I think. You manage to maintain your composure and to do not bite the warlock. However, you still got to figure out how to put the soul back in the body.
How do I do this, Jordan?
What makes you think I know this kind of stuff? I'm not Buffy.
Hey, Chad, how do I do this?
Let me see. Hold on. Honestly, I have no idea. But I might know somebody who does. We are also being... I was summoned to another Watcher, and he might know something that I don't.
The one looking for jacuzzi?
Yes.
He goes, plus that dude is an infamous spy.
The Watcher that's with you says, "Look, this is all well and great, but we need to talk. We're here on a mission, and we could really use your guys' help if you're up for it." He kind of looks at the vampire with like a raised brow, like kind of like I don't know if I should trust him, but do y'all respond or?
Take this dude back to that dude who summoned you, and plus we'll help you, whatever it is.
Okay, sure. We don't. Zeta says, "Yeah, we don't know what's going on here, but this is kind of your town. We're just here from next state over, so we'll follow your lead. We do need to talk about the new vampire gang that has popped up, but eventually, that like I said, that can be in time. We can help you guys here, and and then you guys can help us.
Let's go. How's this dude?
All right.
He goes, I might as well stay away from the body. Jordan, you might want to pick up the body.
I was gonna say.
I'll give you at least 10. Oh, that dude. Other dude. You get information out of him, just in case the Watchers need him.
I imagine she can just pick him up with her Slayer strength. So.
Yeah, that's fine.
Although at some point she's gonna need to put him down, because if we're just it's like, you know, if I'm walking through town carrying this guy, there's going to be questions. So let's stick to the side streets, okay?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
All right. So I guess we'll cut to the motel. I'm assuming John went back to the motel waiting for them.
Yeah.
All right. I'm just waiting for the Roll20 to load my motel image, and then I will transfer you guys to that.
I noted down the address of the vampire nest.
Cool. All right. So you guys show up to this motel where Chad, I'm assuming, remembers where he was summoned.
Yeah.
You learn just from walking with them that the Watcher's name is Alden Tillis, and of course you do remember that the Slayer's name is Zeta. I will actually put the spelling of those in Roll20 for you, but I'll let John and the rest of you guys, if you want to role play your meeting for the first time, you can.
When they knock on the door, I say, "Enter of your own free will."
I go, snacking it?
Stop saying that, for the love of God, Connor.
It's you. Hey, can you help us with something?
Can you get his soul back in him so he stops saying everything is a snack?
Would occult flow apply as a focus?
Sorry, what was it?
I said I'll try to find a way to put the soul back in, and I have occult lore. Would that apply as a focus?
Hold on, let me... occult lore. Yeah, that would... Ritual magic probably would be closer to it, but yeah. Okay. Either one.
So it'll be understanding what? Truth or power?
Either one's fine.
With power. I'll spend the momentum.
Okay.
That's easy.
All right.
Why am I still? Why am I hungry? All of a sudden.
Oh my god!
Okay.
Oh my god!
Here you go.
So
here you go. Oh, pops. What? Okay. He goes. The don't forget about that dude.
Yeah, Jordan's
For the infamous.
probably pulled out her. She's probably had some zip ties on her, so she's at least bound him, stuck him in some. Like, is there a place I can put this guy?
Well, the three successes is enough to restore his soul. It does actually take some time, so we're gonna say probably it's like 1:30 in the morning now. But like after several hours of ritual magic, you're able to restore his soul without any issue, any major issue. So, but you still need blood because you're still a vampire. So, if somebody, I'll say, in fact, I will say that Alden he says, look, I'll go get him some pig's blood from the butcher shop or something. Zeta knows just about as much as I do about what's going on, so I'll let her fill you in. And he volunteers to go. If anyone wants to go with him, you're more than welcome to, but he's going to go for Connor so that Connor doesn't go crazy and, go out there in the middle of public at night looking like a crazy person.
Yeah, I'll go.
All right, so Chad and Alden. And then we will actually do a cool roleplay scene, I guess, between them. But first, is there anything that you guys want to talk about? I will say that Zeta tells you that her job, she was sent here to destroy Kent and his vampire gang, which are basically trying to kind of take over the town. She doesn't really know anything about Chakrathi, though.
Oh, well, for your vampire, that's easy. They're holed up at, and I give the address.
She kind of grins and nods and says, "All right, good job. I like some good proactivity there." Now, what about this other?
Jagadi's an ogre. He's working for the Infamous.
Oh, same as that warlock in there.
Oh, well, maybe the warlock can give us some answers then.
Yeah, see, it's a good thing you didn't eat him, isn't it, Connor?
Let's wake him up. Wakey, steak and bakey, and I slap him in the face.
Guran just, rubs his face. What? Oh, damn it. What do you want?
I want a break.
You want to raise?
I can start with your fingers, if you don't mind. I'll need some information for you. You have a choice. Give me information, or I start popping joints.
Information about what?
The Infamous, you idiot.
Or do you think he just gives us lackeys all of his plans or something?
He's moving into town. He sent Jagarti to threaten the vampire Ken and his Barbie.
He just coughs and looks at you like, what? Look, I don't know anything about this Chakrathi guy or any Kent and Barbie. All I know is I was ordered by my boss, who is, actually not the Infamous, to transport this, that soul that I had to those docks. She didn't tell me anything else.
What were you supposed to do at the dock?
I was supposed to meet somebody. And when I saw you guys, I assumed I was supposed to kill you. Turns out, apparently not.
I move toward his fingers.
I told you, I'm just a student warlock. Willow knows way more than I do about the Infamous. I am just her student, and I'm just ordered to travel around doing my jobs with this soul. That's it.
And your master is?
I told you, Willow. She's a witch. She works for the Infamous. I know more about her than I do him. I don't know anything about him.
What do you know about her?
She's evil, and I'm trying to be just like her. He's like, I just want to be just like her.
I'm going to need a little more than that. Where can I find her?
Probably New Orleans. That's kind of where they're based out of right now. I mean, they go all over the country, but I'm pretty sure that's where they have the most power.
Did you guys notice Willow?
Yeah, she sold my soul, and she was friends with Buffy, wasn't she?
It's that Willow?
Yeah, I recognized her face.
She went dark side.
So if you showed me a photo of Willow with Buffy, I could tell you if it is.
Well, last I checked, the Watchers did not have a Facebook page for their Slayers, so. Jordan's just in the corner taking a smoke break at this point.
I'll have to find Jagarti and question him. Should be harder than questioning this lump of meat.
Zeta looks over to you guys and says, "Well, this is all great, but how about we just take care of the Kent's lair first, since we know where that's at. Then we can handle Jakrathi and Willow and all this other stuff."
Might even draw
Makes
them
sense.
out.
All right. And she actually turns and she says, "I'm just going to go outside for a smoke. I'll be back in a minute." And walks out the door.
Jordan just glances around the room and goes, "Why? People have already smoked in here. I could smell it when I stepped in."
Yeah, no,
He looks at her.
after the van.
Looks at her. That's weird. Why's she being strange?
Who, Zeta?
Yeah.
Jordan just shrugs. It's not like I really know her.
I said I'm pretty sure she's going after the vamp alone.
Yeah.
Well, that's dumb.
That's a dumb idea. He opens the door and walks out. And
She's standing right there smoking a cigarette. She's like, "It's dumb, huh?"
Taking
What
on
do
a
you
vamp
know?
alone?
She's right
Yes.
into it.
With the infamous out there.
a
too.
I
vampire
haven't
alone.
gone anywhere. I said, if you help me take down Kent and his gang, I'll help you with your problem. That's what I want to do.
So just make sure you aren't going to do a dumb mistake and try and get yourself killed. And anyway, it's 2 slayers are better than 1.
Oh, Connor, I didn't know you cared.
If only we had 3, but you got 1 put in the hospital, so.
Well, technically, she went after the... yeah. By herself.
She says, "Well, when Alden and Chad get back, we'll make a plan, I guess."
He goes back in. Goes back in the room.
All right, I'm going to jump to Alden and Chad. So you guys are walking. Now, normally, Alden is not going to be able to see Chad. So if you want to manifest visually, you can, or you can just go with him and it'll look like he's talking to nobody, talking to himself if anyone sees him. It's up to you.
I'd rather not be spotted by people, so make him talk to himself, kind of deal.
All right, just roll a auditory manifestation. Like I said before, the more successes you get, it will be the longer that you'll have to go without rolling. But as you guys are walking, he says, "Look, Chad. Sorry about earlier. I just seeing that vampire with the Slayer, I just jump to a conclusion, and then I almost shot you."
That's okay. Well, I mean, you did technically shoot me, but I'm a ghost. Went right through.
Right.
It's not like that's gonna hurt me.
Exactly. But anyway, look, there's just I'm really I'm worried. There's a lot going on here that it doesn't feel right. You know what I mean? Like Zeta has been acting kind of weird. I mean, I've been acting weird. I'll be honest, but Zeta's been acting weird ever since we got into this town, and somehow I don't know. Why would this ogre or whatever, this, the infamous or anybody, why would they care about a little vampire gang in a small town? It just doesn't make any sense to me.
Still trying to figure it out myself. I've noticed a few things that were out of place though so far. So a witch decided to have a band of, well, vampires and whatever the hell else just come and hang out, and well, I saw this, and it's not like a witch, a human witch, to hang around with vampires, or at least to my knowledge.
Yeah, that Garan guy that y'all were talking about, I mean, it didn't seem like he was really doing anything at the docks. It's almost seems like it was a trap, but nothing actually happened. So I don't know. Anyway, don't forget about that roll, auditory manifestation.
Oh, what is it? Is it
Uh,
communicate and truth?
Yeah, well, that probably makes more sense than what I actually wrote. Let me look. I had to plug in my phone because it went down to 50% already because I'm using it so much. So I wrote control or presence in command, but communicate actually makes more sense. Although communicate is associated with engineering for some reason. Yeah, discipline. Just do discipline because your discipline's higher, and power is fine. I'll probably eventually change. Um, Although if I make communicate command, I don't know what the hell discipline's going to be because that has nothing to do with engineering. All right, so basically everything you just said is all you can really say before you have to make another roll. But what's his name? Alden continues talking. He says, "Yeah, I don't know. I'm probably just being paranoid. I've been out here in the field for so long with Zeta, and then after what happened to Kat being put in the hospital, I think I'm just afraid that that's going to happen to me or Zeta or even, you know, maybe Jordan. It's weird because, this infamous guy has uh, a lot of the more powerful creatures, not including just vampires, but others working for him. So it's just weird, I guess. Is Chad gonna respond, or is he just walking with him now?
I thought I couldn't talk anymore.
Oh yeah, but you can roll again, or spend. You can give me threat too, or spend momentum. I don't know how many y'all have.
Give me a second here.
Looks like you're at 5 momentum. So if you want to spend momentum to have a few more
Yeah,
banters,
I'll spend a momentum.
okay.
Well, yeah, it was disconcerting because when I saw a witch hanging out with vampires, there was also humans there. It's not vampires and humans just hanging out for shits and gigs. It doesn't make any sense. There's something bigger here. There's something much more devious, much more probably destructive than we can all realize. I know. It seems like kind of out of place. Something's definitely wrong.
Roll insight security, which is battle and then faith or reason. Either one. I'm not picky. Um, and if you have anything related to perception or I don't know alertness or hazard awareness, then that can be a focus.
Yeah, I have surveillance.
Yep, that'll work. Difficulty 1. You notice almost too late 4 vampires coming in your direction from all sides. and Alden just completely doesn't notice. As far as he's concerned, they're just four guys just walking down the sidewalk. Happen to be in four different directions from where you're at. So what does Chad do?
Alden, look.
He looks up, and I'm going to say because he went on a civilian quote unquote mission that he didn't take his crossbow, but he still has a stake. So he reaches for a stake, and he's gonna be in like a defensive position. He's not going like after. There's four of them, so it's not like he's gonna go after one of them, because then they'll all just dogpile him basically. But he kind of tries to like get away because they still haven't seen you, and they probably haven't heard you either. So they just think it's him. So he's trying to like get to a position to where like maybe he has the gate to his back so that they can't get up behind him, or like a wall or a gate or something like that on the sidewalk. But he's got a stake out. Now, what I'm going to suggest, because I actually spent threat to do this, and you can also spend momentum to do similar things. So if you want to spend 2 momentum, you can say maybe like a police car drives down the road and happens to see these 4 guys like moving in on this other guy, and then they maybe flash their lights or something, and then they'll kind of just see that and turn and keep walking like nothing happened. Do you guys want to do that?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, and I know like I said, I've been doing this for 6 years, and I always mention creating an advantage by spending 2 momentum and how powerful it can be, or creating an advantage and also altering the scene, which are basically kind of similar. But yeah, that's basically what that is, where you add something to the scene to in your favor or in the player's favor, with 2 momentum, which is pretty cheap, all things considered. So yeah, they kind of growl at Alden, but they move on as the police kind of shines a spotlight. Like I said, it's 2 a.m, so seeing 4 guys kind of move in on one guy, that's kind of obvious to the police. But yeah, they move on, and you will also notice that though that you guys are the hotel is only. The hotel's in a bad part of town. Kent's Lair is in a bad part of town, so you guys are only a few blocks away from that. So more than likely they just saw like an opportunity, like, oh, the guy's walking in, or there's a guy walking in the middle of the night, let's get a free snack. They probably didn't expect them to have steak or the police to show up. So yeah, basically Alden's like, oh my god, that was so close. I'm not used to the fight stuff. I'm used to the books and stuff. Jesus, that was scary.
Yes, same here, but I'm dead, so it doesn't really matter. It's not like they could do much unless they had magic. But let's go get that blood before somebody tries to eat somebody.
All right, so we're gonna jump back to the motel. I think I'm gonna actually take it off push to talk because my fingers are hurting. So give me 1 second.
I'm just looking at the dude, licking my lips.
Okay. I don't know if this is going to be any better because you'll probably hear all the background stuff, but my phone's got a charge and I can't keep holding it like this, all awkward. All right, so it's probably going to be like 30 minutes before they return with the blood. So is there anything else you guys want to do before that happens? Otherwise, we'll just jump to the return. You'll get your blood. Connor won't be bloodthirsty anymore, and then we can start planning this attack on Kent's Lair.
We can jump. Somebody needs...
Jordan will take a nap if she can. She's been up a while.
Okay, you get a short rest. Actually, you know what? No, that's really. I think I put that in the mechanics for a reason. So you actually take a nap, and you're going to get more visions.
Great.
So yeah, you're gonna see this green key, but instead of just seeing a green key and then like a bunch of horror stuff like you normally see, you actually see a picture of like a teenage boy, like not a picture, but like an image of a teenage boy, and you see like the infamous kind of standing creepily behind him, putting his hand on his head, like, just like it's not like he's trying to grab his head or anything. It's more like he's patting, like putting his hand in his hair, just kind of patting him gently. But he's got like this creepy, evil grin on his face. And then you wake up and you feel like you've only slept for like less than a minute, but you've actually slept for like 30 minutes.
Nightmares.
Not quite this time. Wasn't the usual mess. And she's like, so she's kind of groggy, like trying to wake up as she's saying all this.
Zeta looks over at you and she says, "Look, assuming you're like in the common area, but she says, by the way, I should probably bring this up. If you're having visions or nightmares, I might have been having. Obviously, I'm a Slayer, so obviously I might have been having the same ones. But the main thing that's included in all of them is a green key. Have you been seeing that as well?"
She'll sit up at that and nod. Yeah, there's always a green key. Have you seen?
What is that? Sorry, go ahead.
Have you ever seen a teenage boy?
I'm sure in my travels I have.
I meant in the dream, Zeta.
Oh, she chuckles. No, not yet. I mean, I'm assuming all these dreams come for a reason, and if I haven't seen it yet, then that's probably because I will eventually.
Okay.
Hey,
What do you
that
think
is
it
weird.
means?
Means being a Slayer sucks sometimes.
That key's important.
Zeta looks over to. Oh wait, Chad's gone. She looks over to John and she says, "You're a watcher. You do watchery things. Do you know anything about a teenage boy and a green key?"
Do I?
Let's see. Roll understand and truth.
Okay. Occult lore and ritual magic, does one of them apply?
Yeah, this one, occultic lore, definitely applies. Shit, recent history applies with this one.
Okay. I'll spend the momentum.
Okay, good idea.
Using focus. Success.
All right. Okay, the term key is everywhere in occultic lore, so that's not helpful. Oh, you got a complication too. Interesting. Now you guys can spend 2 momentum to get rid of that complication if you want, or you can just let it roll and see what happens. Oh wait, no, you only got 1 momentum.
Yeah.
And you can't re-roll it because for some frickin' reason, this character sheet does not let you increase complication range, so I can't let you guys do that. But I will say that obviously, keys are everywhere in mythology and in religion and all this other stuff, so that's not really helpful. Green key narrows it down a bit, but it narrows it down so much that it's like most books don't have it at all. Like, why would a book mention a green key? That just doesn't make any sense. Coupled with the teenage boy or just human in general, the only thing that you can find is in now you brought a duffel bag full of stuff. I'm assuming there is some books in there. But you probably didn't bring like specific books. You probably brought general books. So this would be something that's in a general book. If you want, you can spend that 1 momentum that you have left to say that you have the book necessary that will not just give you like an idea of like, oh, this is probably what it is, but it will basically give you the book necessary to tell you like, yeah, this is exactly what it is, and this is what you should do about it, etc., etc., etc.
I think it's worth it. What do you think, guys?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here you go.
If nobody disagrees, then you guys are down to 0 momentum. So you're shuffling through your books. You're like, I know I've heard about a green key and a kid, and like if the kid dies, something happens. Oh my God, where did I see that? And then you find a book called Imprisoning the Beast, and it's old, leather bound, and it's actually a recent discovery. And this is probably why you brought it, because it was actually entombed somewhere with like a corpse, like a mummy, and they recently found it, and they've kind of like tried to refurbish the book to, you know, make it so that, you know, it just doesn't fall apart when you freaking open it. So you brought it with you probably because, like, you know, you wanted to read it. But you're like, you're flipping through the pages carefully, and you find like, yes, there was a key to another dimension that was turned into a child, a human child, and then like the pages that will continue, like they don't exist in this book because, you know, they've been ripped out or they've been burned or lost to time or whatever. So all you know is that there is a key to another dimension that has been turned into a human boy.
Would I know anything about it?
I don't think so. This is like super obscure stuff
Yeah.
that would be specific to certain events and certain people.
Mhm.
So I don't think you would necessarily know.
That's okay.
Oh, and the complication. I almost forgot about that. So the complication is, as you're excitedly looking through the book and reading and making connections, you're looking at the words, which are obviously probably in a different language, and some of the ink begins to become wet again, and then you know, it's black ink, but it begins to turn red, and
Okay.
it begins to smear and run, and then the book catches on fire.
Shite.
Keep the fire away from me. Keep the fire away from me.
I think something doesn't want us to find out what's happening.
Jordan will glance over to our imprisoned warlock and go, "Are you doing this?"
No. What? What are you talking about?
Yes, he is. I'm convinced he is.
I don't know that kind of magic. That's beyond my pay grade.
And he's got his hand tied.
And we'll say this is about when Alden and Chad arrives with Connor's blood bags. And as Alden hands Connor the bags, he excitedly begins saying, "Man, we was almost attacked by some vampires, but then some cops came and flashed lights at them, and oh my God, it was horrifying. Oh my God, what am I gonna? I'm like having a panic attack right now. Oh my God."
And I just drank all the blood.
Chin up, mate. It's supposed to be a watcher.
Yes, of course. Oh yeah, what the hell? That GIF, yeah. He shows up with pizza and there's fire everywhere. That's basically what it looks like. But anyway, he's like, yeah, okay. So, what do you, as far as the plan to attack this, actually, you know what? Let me show you what it looks like.
He goes, hang on. Knockout.
Knockout.
Oh, you want to knock out the Duran?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't want to know any of our plans.
So I will also go ahead and tell you that the picture I'm showing you now is not going to be super exact to what the actual battle map looks like when you get there, because life. You will have access to this building from one of 3 directions, I think. Let me check. One. Oof, that's not even really. Yeah. Okay. I have a better idea. So we'll go ahead and say that, John, when you kind of scoped out the building, there were 3 entrances. There was the one that he entered, which is there, one towards the back corner, which is there, and then one towards the side, towards the middle corner, which is there. And you do know that the interior is your basic old restaurant, rundown, probably some boarded up windows, probably some barred windows, probably a lot of what's the word I'm looking for? Renovation going on inside. Probably even honestly like a basement or something. And it is a 1-story. So it's up to you guys how you want to actually attack this place. There could be anywhere from just 1 or 2 vampires up to like 20. You don't know.
I guess, can you put a spell to track this dude?
Pretty sure if you could do that, they do that in the show all the time.
Yeah. Okay.
So it would be really difficult.
I want to knock him out.
Oh, you're talking about Goran?
Duran.
Okay, I thought you meant the vampire. I was like, yeah, no, if they could do that. So yeah, all you have to do is probably do like enchant something and then put it on him, and then it will tell you, wherever he goes, you'll be able to sense it. Is that what you mean?
Yep.
Okay. Then someone is going to have to make a roll. And this one is actually going to be contested because he's a warlock. And it's going to be discipline and faith.
I've got a total of 12. Anybody get better?
That was discipline and faith.
Yep.
11.
I don't know anything about spelling. So discipline and faith. 13. Don't know anything about it.
And he's got a ridiculously high roll.
Yep, I spent 2 threat to get 2 dice. So he made 5 successes. I will also allow, if one person wants to do it, another person can assist. As long as it makes sense.
Yeah.
So you're going to cast the spell? Okay. What does your character know how to cast tracking spells? Well, then why would you do it?
Okay. I'll do it then. I have ritual magic.
Yep, that'll work. And then if someone else wants to do it to assist, they can. Like, you don't have to be super experienced to do something, but you have to have at least a little bit of knowledge in it.
And I'm gonna give you two traps.
Okay. Oh yeah, determination. So if you have a value.
Yeah, I'll spend. What did I put in value? Hang on a sec.
Or if you want to challenge a value, or if you want to challenge a vice.
Where did I? Oh yeah.
What if you're just really craving a cigarette, but you're like, no, I'm gonna do it.
Well, since I'm putting a tracker on him, I think trust is overrated. Would be a good
yeah,
idea.
that'll definitely work.
Oh, you said discipline.
Yep, and faith. Yep.
And I'm still spending the 2 threats. That gives me 1 extra dice since I'm using determination. And yes, there is a focus. 4.
Ooh. Well, you said you gave me two threat, and I do 1 for 1 in my game, so you can
Okay.
actually roll 1 more dice.
Okay, hang on a sec.
Yeah, because I don't want to do math. And by the way, Mac, what is the reason for trying to put a tracker on him? Are you going to let him go and then follow him somewhere? Okay. Okay. Well, since he still failed to, because basically Gran's role is basically to figure out that you guys have done that. But since he failed, he figured out that you guys had made a coin or gave him back his dagger or whatever, with a tracking spell on it. He not only figured it out, but he also kind of just picked it up and threw it away. If you guys are letting him go, if you're leaving him in the closet, then it doesn't really matter much.
Since I failed the roll, I gain 1 point of momentum because of backup plan.
Oh, nice. So you guys are at 1.
So it sounds like the backup plan is we're just gonna leave him in the closet then.
Yeah.
Exactly. If it doesn't work, he stays in the closet. All right. Hopefully the police don't show up to your motel while you're gone.
I don't think the police visits that motel. They probably rent room by the hour.
All right. So, plan. Go back to that map. How do you want to? And then we'll end today's session with finishing up this plan. How do you want to attack this? Do you want a bunch of people going different ways? Do you want to just go in through the front door? Do you want to try to find a secret entrance? How do y'all want to do it?
I am the sneakiest one. I could surveil the place beforehand. That's just a thought.
That is true. All right, I'm gonna write that down. 1 Chad equals surveillance. Okay, next.
We can block this door.
It just grins and goes. Tracy's.
If we block this door, that leaves 2 doors, 1 here and 1 here, and 2 slayers.
Ooh, good idea.
Funny how the math works.
All right, and what was you saying, Mac?
I was just grinning, smiling, and making sure his fangs are shown. Ah.
Okay. Don't know what that has to do with the plan, but okay.
Well, he's a vampire. They'll just let him walk right in without batting an eye.
Oh,
unless they know unless they know about your soul.
Yeah. Okay. So, Connor equals spy. All right. And okay, so we got something for the Slayers to do. We got something for Chad to do. We got something for for Connor to do. What about John? What do you want to do? Just run and gun or something? Just start shooting crossbows.
No, I'll be behind one of the slayers.
All right. I think Alden is going to be like, you know what? I think I'm going to hold down the fort. I think I'm going to watch Garan. How about that?
I think that's a sensible idea.
If he moves, stick him in the throat.
If he starts to move or mumble, stab him to death.
I'm not going to kill him, but I will make sure he doesn't move.
Fair enough.
I'm just writing it down. All right, so that is actually a pretty good plan. As long as they don't grow wings and fly through the roof, you guys should have them pretty well cornered.
How much do you have stockpiled there?
Not that much, actually. I literally have only 2 more than I started with, which wasn't much because there's only 4 players. So that should tell you how much I have.
Okay, so just the likelihood of them of a helicopter flying right in and picking them all up. Okay.
Well, I'm saving the threat for like the actual, like for the other stuff, like for Jagrothy and all that stuff. Like that can't the vampire lair, that's unimportant to me as far as the story. So I mean, I'm gonna, I'm still gonna put my all into it, obviously, but like I'm not saving the threat for that at all. So yeah, y'all should be good as far as that. But is there anything that anyone has any questions or wants to say, any comments, any issues before we go today?
I have a quick question. I have the
Sure.
Resolute talent, which
Okay.
boosts my stress by 3. Does that mean it boosts my advancement point by 3? Because you said that was hit point too.
Um, Hold on. Let's see. It would increase your plot points, yeah, by 3.
Okay,
So yours.
I'm at
I
11.
don't have gilded on my computer, so I can't look it up. But I know I had
I do.
There was 3.
We started it with 8. Each player starts with 8 plot points, which also serve as hit points.
Yes, and except for the Slayer who gets 12, and then I
Yeah.
think they go up based on how main they become. So Connor and Chad have been around a while, and so they got 10, I think. So yours will go up as you become more main and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
so yeah,
But
8. So yours plus 3, so 11. So you're basically
yeah.
right below the Slayer. All right. Any other questions? What was I doing? Oh yeah.
It was fun.
Yeah, good. I'm saving this to the playlist if I can find the
Stop
playlist.
stream.